Federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met, such as food, baby formula, and the like. And you can apply now for anyone who's watching this who has been affected.
Was Hurricane Helene's path and behavior just the result of natural processes and climate patterns, or was it manipulated? The circular blue flashes seen in this video are frequency transmissions from the NexRad network of transmitter installations. All available science evidence makes clear that atmospheric frequency transmissions can and do have a
direct energy weapons
on air masses, especially if and when the air masses have been seeded with conductive nanoparticles.
It's rhetorical,
of course it is. From a frequency transmission installation, the more pronounced and powerful the repelling effect on any air mass or storm in the vicinity will be. Where there are no blue flashes, there is no transmission, thus no repelling effect, thus no resistance for a migrating storm. Translation: a migrating storm will be hindered from moving toward frequency transmissions and will easily migrate in a direction with no transmissions. So again, I ask, was Hurricane Helene's path and behavior just an act of nature, or was it engineered?
I just had a friend call me and tell me that her parents are from Colombia. They live in Colombia right now. And on the Europe News, they are reporting today that HARP is creating these hurricanes and storms.
There it is.
And they're literally attacking the Republican states. They are trying to stop this election for sure. They are land grabbing. They are throwing the whole kitchen sink at us. Red October is about to be very, very much Red October. September was bad. Red October is before the election. 30 days, well, no more. Hang on. It's about to get tough.
It's Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein, or dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, so-called white man, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak, Badash, double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who do well. Peace and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word and the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. It's Brother Ariel coming at you with a quick cut. Alright? And take note to that $750 that they offering people down there in North Carolina. Because at the beginning of the year, in January, when the same, something similar happened down there in Maui, Hawaii, how much did they offer them? They offered them $700. And we all know that now they're trying to say that that thing down in Maui happened by power lines. Power lines and heavy winds caused the disaster, quote unquote, that happened down there in Hawaii. And we all know it was the DEW weapons, okay, the direct energy weapons or direct energy weaponry that they use. The concentrated fire, which is lasers, okay, is what they used to destroy that area, okay. And then who came and bought it all up? BlackRock, okay. And who's coming to buy up all of that land, okay, that was just destroyed by water this time, right? BlackRock, okay. And I already did the video as to why that, that lithium that they were basically going after to Salakia, man. Neighbors loud as hell. Give me a second. Yeah, Salakia, man. Anyway, so yeah, they were going after that land for all the lithium. And I went into how the lithium is used in RFID microchips as part of the tracking system, and it's also used for ICBM nuclear warheads. Okay, and this is why I believe BlackRock is going after that land now. Okay, so it's all that HARP technology, right? And those the weaponry that they have, period. Okay, those are just full-on attacks at the end of the day, man. That's what it is, full-on attacks. All right, and don't be deceived. Okay, but it's all of the Lord at the end of the day. I give this man no credit. Okay, I always put that out there. I hear brothers putting that out there all the time as well, because it's true. We give this man no credit. It's all of the Lord at the end of the day, man. Let's get the book of Psalms 64th chapter. Okay, I'm gonna read let's get 2 through 2 through 6. And it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. And they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privily. And they say, who shall see them? And they search out iniquities, and they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. Okay, and this is how these people get down, man. They encourage themselves. As the scriptures say, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Okay, laying snares privily. Okay, those are nothing more than snares, and that whole, hurricane situation was a snare at the end of the day. Okay, they only reporting like maybe 40 people died. Now it's more than that, man. People are saying that they seen babies that are face down in the water, man. Okay, seeing many people face down in the water. And they're saying the smell from the dead bodies is crazy down there, letting you know that there was more death than being reported, man. And it's all through greed at the end of the day, man. Okay, Esau, always has this method, man. That's where Beanie Siegel got it when he made that movie State Property, man. Their main theme was what? Get down or lay down, man. And that's the mentality from these wicked ass people. Okay, and that's why that happened to them. And I'm hearing that some of those were sundown towns, so the Lord killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright? So them people didn't want to get down with the program, so Esau said, alright, I got something for you. Just like in Maui, it's the same thing, man. Okay? It's the same thing. This is how Esau gets down. If you don't want to get down, you're going to lay down. Okay? We're not going to ask you to lay down. We're going to lay you down. Alright? This is how they do it out here. This is how these people operate at the end of the day. Okay? And, the woman was speaking of Red October. Alright? So that means, possibly more things can happen at the end of the day. We hope for more things to happen. More destruction. More distress. More things happening out here in the world, because we all know it's the workings of the Lord, man. And that's the way that he communicates with us, man, through his judgments. Okay? And this is nothing more than another judgment. And we pray and hope for more, because we ready to get the hell up out of here, man. Alright? The things are moving in the right direction, man. And we're loving what we're seeing. Alright? Let me get 2 more and I'm going to end it. Like I said, I'm not making this long at all. Let's get Proverbs 10 and 23. Proverbs 10 and 23 real quick. And 24, it says, it is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. Okay, and this is something that is definitely sport to them. Okay, all they do is mischief and wickedness. Okay, and underhanded things. This is how they get down, man. They come together, they talk about it, they have they congregate about it. Okay, and then things like this happen all the time. All right, which also shows that you should never have any, I'm lost for words right now, but you should never believe in the government or anything, close to it. You never believe that these people are, here to protect you or help you at the end of the day. No, they're here to govern, man. Okay? Government meaning mind control. Govern, okay, meaning to control, and the ment is for your mental, to control your mind at the end of the day. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? And if people don't really, see that, these people are not for you, okay? These people are straight up wicked, man. These people are straight up, I want to say, murderers and psychopaths at the end of the day. People don't see that from this thing that happened down there in North Carolina that I don't know what to tell you. They will stop at nothing to get what they want, okay? But like I said, it's all of the Lord at the end of the day, man, to bring forth or to help speed up the process of bringing forth, the 2 prophecies that we're awaiting, which is the RFID microchip, okay, and World War III, man. All right, let me get one more, and I'm gonna end it here. Like I said, I didn't want to make this long at all. Let's get Isaiah. I got all types of stuff happening around me. My block is super loud. My neighbors are even louder. It's just hard to really concentrate and get my words together. And it's no excuse, but it's always something. Let's get Isaiah 5. Okay, I read 5 through 8. And it says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, and he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay? And this is what's going to happen to them, man. Okay? Because these are the people that we're dealing with right now. This is future prophecy, man. This is future prophecy right here. The Lord had broken the staff. Broken, meaning past tense. Okay? So this is a future prophecy, if that makes sense to you. This is after, this man has been taken out at the end of the day. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. Okay? Is this not something that we're not seeing? We're seeing this continuously, man. Okay? Event after event of the Lord showing us, who these people are, man. And he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindereth. Okay? Who's that talking about? So-called white man, Esau, Edom. Alright? And after he is taken down, the whole earth is at rest and it is quiet. And they break forth into singing. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. Okay? When the righteous are in rule, the people rejoice. Okay? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay? And that's what's going on with the people right now. The people are mourning. Okay? But when this world is set in righteousness, okay? It says the people will break forth into singing, man, because this man will no more be in rule. It says, yea, even the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Even the trees are going to rejoice when this man is taken out of the way. Because what do they constantly do? That deforestation, cutting down trees, okay? A feller is one that, cuts down trees. Even when this man is taken down, the trees are going to rejoice at his fall, man. Let's get 12. Let me go to 12. And it says, how art thou fallen down from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Okay, always going to this one. Lucifer is not Satan, or the devil. Three different things. Lucifer means light bearer, man. The enlightened ones. Okay, Illuminati, if you will. Okay, just like we're the enlightened ones on the right hand side of righteousness, they are the enlightened ones on the left hand side of wickedness, man. And it says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay, don't you see these, Americans, if you will, always up in someone else's business, always up in someone's country, okay, being greedy, taking all natural resources that they can, which didst weaken the nations. But thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. And this is what they do with the harp, okay, the weather manipulation, okay, with the direct energy weaponry, okay, they try to be the Heavenly Father, man, by doing these things. This is why Noah Harari says they don't need the Heavenly Father anymore. Everything that the Lord has provided for us, they feel like they can do it or grow it or make it on their own without Him, man. This is the inward thought of the wicked people that run the earth, man, that rule the earth. Okay? But who allows them to rule the earth? The Lord, man. Okay? Job 9:24. The earth is given. Okay? Given, keyword, into the hand of the wicked, man. Okay? The earth was given into the hand of the wicked. The wicked didn't take it. It was given to them by the Lord at the end of the day. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay? Hell being what? The grave. Okay? There's no such place as hell where you burn for eternity. All right? Hell is the grave or a condition. Okay? That's what hell is, man. All right? And it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. And this is the kingdom. This is when we have them in captivity, okay, in cages. Okay? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms? Okay, because after all is said and done, when this man is in captivity, he will go back to looking like a feeble, base man. Okay, but through the Spirit, we see it already. Most people look at this man and see power and control and rule. Okay, but through the Spirit, we already see them as being the feeble, base men that they are. Okay, and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroy the cities thereof, that open not the house of his prisoners? Yeah. And this is what this man does, man. Okay? Makes the world as a wilderness and destroys the cities thereof, man. Okay? This all this man knows how to do is destroy at the end of the day, man. Destroy and kill and pillage and rape and steal, man. This is all this man knows how to do. Okay? No righteousness comes out of this man at all. It's all wickedness at the end of the day, man. Alright? So yeah, what happened, I believe, I'm just a man, was definitely weather manipulation. Okay? And because
everybody knows Hurricane Sandy was the same.
Alright? So the same thing that happened in Maui, okay, which was manipulated and orchestrated, is the same thing that happened in up the East Coast line, if you will. Because North Carolina wasn't the only state hit. I believe Tennessee got hit hard too. Florida got hit hard. North Carolina got hit hard. Okay, and there's probably other places too that got hit hard as well. But those are the three that come to mind. Alright, but it was all done, through weather manipulation at the end of the day, man. And ultimately, it was all done through the Lord. Okay? So, shalom to the next one. I didn't want to make this too long at all. I just seen Kamala Harris, that bullshit.
Yeah, super con.
$750. And it just reminded me of how much they were offering the people over there in Hawaii as well, man. $50 less. And it just makes sense, man. It just pairs up, man. It goes together. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices at the end of the day. And we know what this man is going to do before he does it. So, with that, I want to say shalom to the next one.
And the federal relief and
Salakia. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors, the elders and apostles, a great millstone who are teaching this truth and sincerity. And a shout out to Yaakov himself on the four quarters of the earth to claim this truth. Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Brakatam. So everybody thinks that either Harris or Trump is going to save the day, right? By now, you should know that they don't care. They don't give two shits about you because, they got wars, right? They have new wars that they're starting, right? Middle East on the brink of full-scale war. And that's the Most High gathering, these nations into that valley of Josaphat. A year after Hamas attack on the Israeli state, which that was a staged event too, Middle East seems to have returned to its eternal state, a hotbed of acute conflict, thanks to the Israeli state, with waves of tension that caused by the Israeli state. Outside observers can only look on in horror, while experts shrug their shoulders. That's how it was. That's how it will be. How is the current crisis different from previous one? In the region, you might ask. Well, without pretending to have a deep understanding, let us know what is striking from outside. Well, like everything else, though, Benjamin, not a Jew, is starting a war, because he's killed, he's assassinated top leaders. He's killed Iran's leaders and he's killed Hezbollah's leaders. He's just taking out people because we all know that helicopter crash was not an accident. He took them out. Hezbollah launches barrage of missiles at Haifa amid Israeli strikes on Lebanon-Syria border. Hezbollah resistance launched barrage of missiles at Haifa in the northern part of the occupied territories. In a statement issued Friday, Hezbollah said it fired missiles at Krayot, north of Haifa city at 0700 hours local time. So here's some of it right there. So yeah, at least the flock is drawing everyone in. That's what the mainstream media will not tell you, that it's the Israeli state that's starting it, but we already know who wants to be starting something. Iran issues new warning to the U.S. Tehran told Washington that any attacks from Israeli state will be met with unconventional response, the network reported. Iran warned the U.S. it will no longer exercise unilateral self-restraint when responding to Israeli strikes or attacks. Reported, quoting an Iranian source, Tehran reportedly sent note to Washington via Qatar, declaring that the phase of unilateral self-restraint has ended, citing the failure to safeguard Tehran's national security requirements, the anonymous source told Al Jazeera on Thursday. Message came as West Jerusalem threatened harsh response to Tuesday's barrage of Iranian missiles fired at the Israeli state, which Tehran described as reprisal for the deaths of Hamas and Hezbollah leaders at Israeli hands. You could say also for the fact that the Israeli state did kill their leaders, did kill Iran's president as well as their IRGC commander. And so this is a message from the Ayatollah himself.
The enemy of the Iranian people is the same as the enemy of the Palestinian people. He is the same enemy of the Lebanese people. That same government is the enemy of the Iraqi
Amalek.
people. The enemy of the people of Egypt is the enemy of the people of Syria and the enemy of the people of Yemen. There is one enemy.
Talk about
The methods
Esau.
of the enemy vary in different countries. In one place with psychological warfare, in another with economic pressure, in yet another with 2-ton bombs. They are advancing this policy with weapons in one hand and smiles in the other. Our enemies, however, have a command room that is centralized. They receive orders from one place.
Nobody saw it coming that the Iranian Supreme Leader would come out and lead the Friday prayer himself amid all the tensions and the escalation that does exist between Iran and Israel. Iran has just struck Israel with missiles, a barrage of missiles, and any time Israel would perhaps retaliate by assassination attempt or any kind of provocation that does exist from Israel towards Iran. So this was a bold move by the Iranian Supreme Leader amid all this tension to come out and lead the Friday prayer himself, suggesting Iran's perhaps strength in its military and intelligence capabilities and sending powerful messages that Israel is posing no threat to the Islamic Republic. And what's interesting is the people turnout at this Friday prayer. Hundreds of thousands of people took to Tehran's main venue for the Friday prayer, where they attended the prayer while listening to the powerful speech by the Iranian Supreme Leader, where he reaffirmed the country's support for Palestine. He said that what Iran did a couple of days ago on Tuesday when it attacked Israel was a rightful and illegitimate self-defense by the Islamic Republic to respond to Israel and of course to offer a kind of a public service for the entire region amid the Israeli repeated violations and provocations both against the Islamic Republic and against the resistance axis and Palestinians in general.
The brilliant work of our armed forces in attacking Israel was a legitimate and legal act. We will neither hesitate nor rush to action. We do what's logical and right, based on our military and political decision makers. We'll do it at the right time, just as we already did and will do in the future if necessary.
What's obvious from the Supreme Leader's speech was that he was trying to send a powerful message not only to Israel but also to all the Muslim nations in the region.
Their policy is to divide and rule over Muslims. They have resorted to different tricks to implement this policy. Up to this day, they have not abandoned this policy. They pit Muslim nations against each other. But nations have woken up today. Today, the Muslim community can overcome these policies adopted against them.
At the same time, the Iranian Supreme Leader tried to threaten Israel that any action from Israel against the Iranian soil would be met with even a harsher response from Tehran.
So like everything else, so hey, you know, they have a right to respond and will respond, as they've shown that they are very capable of. Israeli state launched new airstrikes in Lebanon, 37 killed, 150 injured. Lebanon's health ministry said at least 37 people were killed and over 150 were injured in Israeli strikes Thursday, as the regime's unrelenting aggression against Lebanon continues. Israeli enemy strikes in the past 24 hours killed 37 people, injured 151, health ministry said on Thursday night. Israeli state launched several waves of attacks on Beirut. On Daira on Thursday, the regime used powerful bunker buster bombs in its latest attacks, whose number was more than a dozen. And of course they get these from the U.S. Reports indicate that more bombs were used in the latest attacks compared to the strike that killed the leader of the Hezbollah movement, Nasrallah, last Friday. The attacks also hit the vicinity of Beirut International Airport. Israeli strikes targeted several other locations, including Hezbollah's media relations office and warehouse near Beirut airport. So, like everything else though. Of course, Iraqi resistance, also involved, carries out separate drone attacks on Israeli-occupied territories. Iraq's Islamic resistance says it carried out 3 separate drone attacks on the Israeli-occupied territories in support of the Muslim nations and Lebanon. The attacks by the Islamic resistance targeted the occupied Golan Heights and the Tiberia in the occupied countries. Statements said the attacks were retaliation against the massacres committed by the uprising entity against civilians, including children, women, and the elderly. Notice they don't refer to them as Jews because they're not the real Jews. Well, we the elect already know who the real Jews are, which is another term for the northern kingdom, which are the Negroes, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. We know that those gutter rats over there are not the real Jews. The Islamic resistance in Iraq has been launching attacks on Israeli targets over the occupying regime since it started the genocidal war against Gaza in early October. And then I got one more here. So like everything else though, Israeli airstrikes created massive craters blocking Lebanese highway at key Syrian crossing. So, there you go. It's a war against Syria too. But you already know that they've been using proxies on their war against Syria for a long time. And not to mention Damascus has been hit as well. Israeli state is a threat to all the countries over there. And that's why they're calling for unity. Erdogan's calling for unity, so don't be the least bit surprised how quick we are to Ezekiel's prophecy of all these nations coming together against the Israeli entity, the least of the flock, as it lays out in Ezekiel chapter 38, which is why we reread it all the time, because it's happening in our time today. So, as you know, Magog, Russia, will be involved as well. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4. Actually, I'll start with verse 7, because Russia's going to be pretty much backing and protecting them. Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, be thou a guard unto them. Talking about Magog. Because like everything else, though, the Most High said in verse 4, I will bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all them clothed with all sorts of armor. Great company with bucklers and shields, all them handling swords. Talking about Russia. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. In other words, Russia's going to be protecting all of them, going to be backing them. Gomer and all his bands, talking about Turkey. The house of Tagarma, the North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, which is talking about Spain, the whole Mediterranean area, is going to be backed by Russia. And also Ukraine is also north as well. Keep in mind, Crimea is also in the Mediterranean, so we're going to see a lot of that area, pretty much protected, safeguarded. So like everything else though, this war is going to escalate, and we're on the brakes of it. So the mark of the beast is around the corner when you're seeing all this come to pass. So this is the hopeful year, all prophecy come to pass. Hopefully this has been edifying. For that I want to say, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Wa Ba Babal. Barakathum, Jehovah elect. Shalom.